Portal travel is finally fixed, and we have an episode dedicated to hyper-intelligent dinosaurs. The overview for this episode starts off with Morty going back to school when suddenly a group of hyper-intelligent dinosaurs comes back to Earth. Yes, you heard that right. Comes back to Earth. You see, these were part of the original dinosaurs, but they were so advanced they wanted to help out other civilizations across different planets. But eventually, they decide on returning back to their home planet to help out, and help out they did by giving a vacation to all the world leaders and solving most human problems. And when talking about world leaders, you can't forget about the US president. On top of this being an episode dedicated to dinosaurs, we finally get to see the president return for his appearance in Season 6, which his appearance did not disappoint at all. But very quickly, all humans start to get very bored when all the problems are solved and they have nothing to do. All humans except Jerry, of course, who was already doing nothing. But Jerry is willing to share his secrets with his family and the rest of the world. He has a book called Never Trying, Never Fails, which the dinosaurs distribute to all humans all over the world without giving Jerry any credit though. The president is desperate to put the world back to how it was and asks Rick for help to get rid of the dinosaurs. Rick agrees in exchange for hosting the Oscars. Rick tries to talk to the dinosaurs, saying that he has a way for them to leave the planet using his portal travel. The dinosaurs refuse to leave, instead giving Rick a portal pistol, which they claim is way better than the portal travel that Rick is using right now, because you can actually see on the other side of their portal. And note that not being able to see what's on the other side of Rick's portal is actually what killed at least 2 Ricks during the Season 5 finale. Rick then travels to multiple planets that the dinosaurs have been on previously to find any wrongdoings. He finds none, but does make an interesting discovery. While the dinosaurs are hosting a Q&A, Rick announces to the world that the reason the dinosaurs went extinct in the first place is because of an angry rock species whose sole mission is to seek out the dinosaurs and destroy them, and it's heading towards Earth right now. To protect the planet, the dinosaurs leave to save everyone, and the world returns back to its old and terrible ways. Rick finally got to host the Oscars the way he wanted to, but it was cut short when he found out that the dinosaurs were on Mars so they could sacrifice themselves to the angry asteroid rock monster. Rick decides that if the dinosaurs were going to sacrifice themselves, then so will he. In order to save Rick, the dinosaurs destroy the angry rock monster and continue living. To show their spiteful gratitude to Rick, the dinosaurs decide to close the rift left behind during the Season 5 season finale. Returning back home, Rick finally fixes portal travel, teleporting Morty all over the room. For the post-credit scene, we can see the dinosaurs skating on an unknown planet. Now, what did I think about this episode? Obviously, the show's going on a hiatus for a little bit, so they had to leave us with a really decent episode. I like how in the beginning, Morty goes back to school and everyone is really scared on what's going to happen next because they're so used to, if Morty shows up, then disaster is next. And we haven't seen Morty in school in such a long time, so it was fun to see him in school again. And something that I noticed is that we finally got to see the Cthulhu monster thing from the opening during the end, which we have never seen the Cthulhu monster thing. If you know what I'm talking about, please tell me. But we finally get to see the Cthulhu monster thing, even though it was just for a little bit, but maybe it will become important in the future since we see it in every single season during the opening. And I love the president's interaction with Rick as always, and at this point we've seen Rick interact more with the president than Bird Person. I don't have much to say about the dinosaurs, except that I really liked that they weren't aggressive, and I really thought it was interesting to see just how quickly humans search for new problems when they don't have any. My boy Jerry, again, this season, doing great. I didn't like him as much this episode than previous ones, but that's only because this season he's been doing just great. Like, other episodes just elevate Jerry so much. Jerry really killing it. Really good book. I was kind of sad when Rick did break the portal pistol that the dinosaurs had given him. I was kind of hoping that Morty got to keep it. It was just such a cool portal. And I'm stuck between picking the funniest scene for this episode. I can't decide if it was Rick dropping into the crater and breaking every bone in his body, or the tiny robot that was excited to be the projector for Rick. And obviously that was a callback to the butter robot that all he does is pass butter for forever, for infinity. That's his one job, pass the butter. Hello, it's me from the future. I just wanted to add the real funniest scene. I totally forgot about it until I looked back into the episode. And it's also my favorite scene from the episode. It's where Rick throws a rock at the dinosaur spaceship and the spaceship starts reversing back and Rick gets scared. That has to be my favorite scene from this episode. So yeah, those other two scenes good. This one great. I like how Rick said everything in the Oscars was staged, and for the most part, that's true. I also like that scene because Space Beth was in it. And I thought they were going to do a reference to, the slap of 22, but I guess they didn't, which, it's fine, and I'm kind of glad that they didn't. I think it was a bold move for the writers to seal the rift this early, which really gets me wondering what's next for Rick and Morty, because they could have really milked the rift for like a season, but they didn't. But for now, portal travel is fixed, and hopefully we get to see more wild Rick and Morty adventures. Sadly, we are going to have to wait until the episodes start airing again, but content on this channel will not be stopping. I'm currently working on an anime video and a new unboxing one, so please subscribe. It always helps out, and recently I've been getting a lot of support, so thanks for the support, and as always, I'm just a side character.